Hello, my friends. Today is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, take a look at this sign. We are at Precitrame today, one of those companies you may heard of, you may not have heard of, dynamic in the world of watchmaking and medical, but all small parts. We're gonna step inside and do a factory tour, a first ever factory tour of this facility to learn more about what a company that started in 1984 with 30,000 square meters here, 3 locations around the world, 375 employees just here as well, with 80 of them focused on R&D and a 9% of those in the apprenticeship program, jumping to 10% in just a little bit to make sure the future looks good for you as well. Also focused on service and support to make sure you're taken care of. Without any further ado, let's step inside and learn more about the people and the machines that make this company excel. Olivier, so good to see you. Thank you for having us in for the first time ever, bringing cameras into a facility that's has some secrets. Maybe I can pull some out of Kevin today. I'm hoping so.
Yes,
but
we have.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Yes, thank you. Welcome to MTD here in Tramlo. I think it's the first time in Switzerland, in this area, the area of the micro machines and micro technology, of course, the watches industry, but not only.
Yeah, absolutely. And I heard a rumor. Are you giving one of your machines to my friends in the USA over at Regal Fix? Is that true?
Yes, it is true. It's a brand new collaboration with Regofix, and Precitrame now is ready to deliver the new K5 in 4 or 5 axes in the US. And of course, we'll start to ramp end of this year to be ready to deliver in volume in 26.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to give you my home address so it goes to the right place. And I'm going to go see Kevin now. Olivier, thank you so much, and show the whole world what this K5 is that we're talking about. Kevin, what an amazing place. Thank you so much for allowing cameras to come in. So good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Welcome to our company. We're really happy to having you here.
The feeling is mutual, and thank you for making the weather nice for me. I know you called into Mother Nature, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right.
Most importantly, for everyone that watches this channel, it's about technology. Yeah. We're gonna do the best we can to fill in the gaps with history and story. How you got here? Do you even like your job? Maybe we'll get into that as well. Maybe not. We'll find out. But technology, this company is incredible. This is amazing since 1984. And this machine, let's get right into the details of what we're looking at on this machine, Kevin, if that's all right.
That's perfect. So that machine is the new micro machining technology, but the difference with a standalone machine, we have 3 machining units next to each other. So we can have OP1 and OP1 on the 2 on the side and OP2 on the middle. So we can have a medium to high batches production, and we can finish the part by taking it and doing the OP2 on the middle.
Kevin, we have a lot of details on the machine right here, which we can film a little bit of. But is it, to my understanding, there was a time where transfer machines were everything. We were high production, millions of parts. But you guys are so intelligent. You said we see high mix coming, we see a little bit lower volume coming. And that's where a machine like this comes into play. And you mentioned op10s on either side and op20 in the middle.
Yeah.
So if my math serves me correctly, which is way better than my French, I apologize for that, the 2 outside parts are going to be a little bit slower than the inside part so that it can rotate and be able to mathematically make sense. That's correct?
That's the idea, exactly. The idea is to have 1/3 of the cycle time, so we don't have any lose. But yeah, since our clients want more medium batches than high batches, high production. That's great machine because it's easy to change the production.
It makes sense, Kevin. And along this journey, we're going to actually look at an automation cell that has a whole lot of robots and a whole lot of machines, and actually could be for very high production, right?
Mm-hmm.
So exactly. In doing that, we haven't run away from it completely, but we give customers the option. Is that correct?
It's exactly correct, yeah. We want our customers to have be able to choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
We still have customers that have really, really huge batches, so we need to have solutions for them as well.
And this facility is all about the K5, right? The K5 is king in this facility.
Exactly.
You're just adapting it in different ways. So for everyone watching, K5 is what we're looking at. No matter where you look, it's K5. It's just getting some robots here, maybe not, totally up to you, but K5.
Exactly.
So historically, and we're getting ready to jump into this base right here, which I find fascinating, but historically, you guys have dominated the small micro machining area like watchmaking and medical. Is this, for everyone watching, kind of the route that you guys sit in?
Yeah. Since we bought Coomer in 2021, they were producing that machine, and we took over, redeveloped almost everything, and we came with the K5 as it is now.
I want to talk a little bit about this base, if it's all right, Kevin, because there are so many times where I speak to the folks out there and we talk about hand scraping, and we talk about the importance of vibration dampening, and we talk about maybe a concrete base and maybe, you know, making it extra heavy so when we bolt it to the floor and we're machining through hard materials, it doesn't shift and it doesn't vibrate and we don't lose tool life. You have a unique concept. Can you explain your base and how it works?
So the machine is really heavy, 1.6 ton, because we want it to be stable, and we don't want our customer to have to fix the machine on the ground. So we can just put it on the ground without fixing it. Okay.
In this situation, you said 1 point what ton?
6.
1.6 ton in the base.
No,
in the whole
machine.
body.
Yeah.
To keep it stable, so we're not actually bolting it to the floor like we standard see out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and then the part goes on top of here.
Yes, on top of here we'll have the machining unit, so we don't have to scratch the base because the machining unit is built with its own geometry. So even if the machine is like that, the machining unit will still be like that, but still in its own body, so we don't lose any precision.
Kevin, if I was to buy one of these machines and I put it into my garage, and my garage has a little slant like this, I don't have a problem, do I?
No problem. We still have feet to level it up a bit, but even if we put it and it's like that, you don't have any problem. You can still use it.
I guess this is the genius behind your technology. This is something size-wise that I envision can be done like that, and also you've made it make sense. I mean, other than the fact that I can't pick it up. Can you pick up a 1.6 ton?
No.
Me neither. Over here in this area, it looks like you're assembling the products. Can we go over a little bit of what you're machining in your machine shop versus what is being assembled? And this is nearly done, but not quite, right? Because you have a machine shop as well for all critical components.
Yeah, that's right. So we wanted to keep the critical components manufactured by us. So that's a part of our factory. But so here we have the assembly line, and then it goes to the setting up area. And in between, when the setting up area is full, we have machine there waiting and still doing some work on it.
Okay. And about how many people work in this facility, Kevin?
We have 375 people working in Switzerland.
In this area, 300.
But
you have 3 locations right around the block, right?
Yeah.
For the 375?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. But you are actually in 3 major locations around the world, including Switzerland.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have three subsidiaries outside Switzerland to its sales and after self-service.
Okay. Which is kind of important.
Yeah.
And we're going to
really
get into
important.
service and support in just a minute. But I want to slide over here because we're really honored to have so many machines running, and we can get into the technical details. So the first machine we saw had op 10s on either side with op 20 in the middle, kind of a triple spindle situation going on.
Yeah.
This piece here, for everyone watching, is your K5. This is the K5 unit. If you're gonna put one in your garage, in your facility, small parts manufacturing, this is your, and I do not want to forget the bar feed situation because that's amazing. And we will get into that a little bit. But this is your setup. This is added on a robot. So here we're doing a little bit of watchmaking.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
describe the process if we can for everyone watching.
Okay, so we start with the part that we can see on the right. Then we do OP1, some milling here, for example, here and here, some holes and stuff like that. Then we can also, on that machine, we can also do turning operation for finishing parts. So we do the turning here and then there on the OP2.
Now you've made me think of so many other questions. You're in trouble, my friend. You are in trouble. First thing is, this is a full 5-axis head, right?
Yes.
You can. It's as everyone would imagine, just smaller size 5-axis head, which is why you can do so much detail work. I think that's firstly very important to understand.
Very important.
But did I hear you mention turning?
Yes. So on that machine, we have a C-axis that can turn up to 5,000 RPM. So we can do some turning operation. Not rough turning, but finishing, which is really cool.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
To be able to do so much inside of one machine without having to move it. I mean, what you've done over the years to, I guess this is why you're a massive success, is because of being able to do this. If I wanted to have one machine, 2 robots, or two machines and 1 robot, I can kind of pick and choose my setup as well, right? Based on my necessities in my machine shop.
Exactly.
You're very flexible like that?
Yeah, we provide customers with turnkey project.
What is my, more or less, what is my spindle RPM?
The spindle RPM, it's 60,000 RPM, the maximum.
Okay, maximum of 60,000, but I can choose. And it's not going to be variable speed, it's going to be a set speed, right? And what's the low end versus the high end? 60,000 is the high?
The lowest, it can go really, really low.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we only have one spindle of that machine, one model of spindle that can run up to 60,000. So you can cover everything you want to do.
And I'm going to continue asking questions, Kevin, because I think it's important for everyone to understand how these machines work. But what we're describing is for every K5 machine, right? The 5-axis, the automation capabilities, the turning as well. All of this is for all the K5s? Or do we pick and choose how this works?
So we have K55, which is the 5-axis. So on that one, we have the C-axis.
Okay.
And we have K54W, which we don't have the 5-axis and the C-axis.
Okay.
But we have another axis at the back that can support the part or take the part out.
Okay, so these are options that everyone can choose. Okay, so it's not one size fits all. Here's your machine, put it in your shop. You can choose.
Yeah,
okay.
we have several options.
Perfect. I'm gonna have a lot more questions, but let's head on over to the next one, Kevin, if that's all right.
Yeah.
And here we're making another really cool part, which looks a bit complicated, but to know that you can do this all in one setup as well.
Yeah. So we start from that. And that's the final part.
Yeah, that's a cool part. I get to take that home with me today?
Yeah, for sure.
And about what is the cycle time for something like that?
It's about 30, let me see here.
It's all right, let's take a look. Oh, they cheated. They're showing us the code now.
32 minutes.
32 minutes. All right. We're going to get into more bar feed details later on because I know we have one of the automation pieces sitting out.
Yep.
So we'll clarify some of the questions that are out there. But what we're looking at here is a more or less manually load and unload because I believe your bar feed diameter max is 10 millimeters. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so 10 millimeter bar feed. This is manually load and unload, but if you wanted to take this and do more of it, just add a robot to the side.
Correct.
And what is there a max diameter that can just fit into the machine?
The working area that we provide, so the part has to fit in a cube of 50 millimeters.
Okay, that's the max.
That's the maximum.
Okay, and max bar feed is 10 millimeters.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see more of that in just a little bit. The next machine that we're gonna discuss you were actually gracious enough, as if I can show this to the audience as well, you were actually gracious enough to show and share this rig, my friends. This is a lion that's being made on this machine right here. And it comes from this tiny little stock here. So this is the detail work that goes in, and Kevin has been nice enough to let me have one of these. Kevin, this is, again, we see a K55, so 5-axis with turning, really quick movements. That's something I think that goes back to what we talked about with the base, right? Because you want it to be heavy, and your movements are so quick inside these machines.
Yeah, so as we can see, even if the movements are really fast, the machine doesn't move.
Not at all, and I feel zero vibe, and this thing is whipping around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very important for everyone to understand also.
That's what we wanted. We really wanted to have something stable, which is not moving. So that's why it's that heavy.
Can we take this opportunity, Kevin, to talk about a little bit of this area? Because
yes, sure.
To me, this looks really modern. And when I think about, I know you have a great apprenticeship program that we're going to dive into in just a little bit. But when I think about the kids coming up, and I'm old now, you're young, but I'm old now. They're growing up with this type of smart digital technology in their hand, and this seems very familiar to someone like that.
Yeah, we really wanted to have something easy to use. So we have, what is important, we have our R&D department with more than 80 people.
Oh, we're going to talk about that too, my friend, trust me.
So we have a lot of people who are doing the software and the HMI. So they wanted to have something really, really easy. So it's full touch screen. We have everything on the 3 disc for the tool holders. We can have details on the tools. And all those information here, you can set it up as you want. It's like widgets on the phones. And so everything has been developed by us.
Making it user-friendly.
Yeah, user-friendly, easy to use. So we have the tools, everything. We have all the information. We have all the operation that the machine is doing.
Perfect.
So
all right.
They do a big job.
Let's continue our walk, but you said something I think is very important. You said 80 people. 80 people in R&D, but we started this off with 375 people in just the Swiss area. Is that about 20% or so?
It
I mean,
is.
that's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
So why do you dedicate so many people to R&D? That seems like might be the largest R&D department based on size that I've ever heard of.
Probably, yeah. Well, we always want to innovate, have new solutions, and so we need a big R&D department. We don't have really want to be one step further, and that's why we have a big department like that.
You know, I would make the discussion, because I don't like to argue, so I don't say I'd make the argument. I make the discussion that a lot of folks out there are constantly developing, but they didn't dedicate 80 people. They didn't dedicate 25% of their people to it.
Yeah.
That's what I find to be, I mean, that's how you know that you're leading. That's how you know that you're winning. That's how you know that you're, taking people to the next level when it comes to possibility.
Yeah.
Now we're in the automation area. So for everyone watching, remember that K5 we talked about? And remember how small it was? And remember that super heavy base? Well, now we're automating, and now we're getting into high productivity, right?
Exactly. High productivity, but we still keep the flexibility to change faster than a rotary transfer machine, for example.
A lot faster than that.
Yeah.
And also in a rotary transfer machine, oftentimes if I have, say, 8 different locations and one goes down, I'm in trouble. Whereas with something like this, it's not that way. You can set it up accordingly. Yeah.
That's right.
This seems a little bit like adding Legos. Is it as easy? I mean, I've really made it simple, haven't I? You're like, Tony, don't make us sound that easy, but...
Yeah. Well, it's quite easy. For example, if you have a machine that's break down, you can change it and replace it within an hour.
I prepare for a lot of these questions. We do a little bit of prep work before we get started, but sometimes I'm still shocked ahead of time by the information that comes out during these tours. An hour. It's
That's
that
the
quick.
idea, yeah. Everything is quick connector, so you just take it out, put the other one, do some setup, and start.
So you're telling me I should have a backup machine? I should buy one for me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not with 6, but with 2 machines.
So there's six cells here.
Yeah,
Is
we have 3 machines on that side and 3 machines on the other side.
It's a great setup, and it's still quite compact when I think
Yeah.
about floor space.
Still compact.
Yeah, very compact.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, another machine. So we have 2 machines and 1 robotic setup. So again, we're getting creative with productivity.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have 1K5 4W on both sides. And the idea here is we have only 1 robot that can load the machines.
Mm-hmm.
However, on that one, we have to have more than 1 robot. We have 1 robot that prepare the parts, then we have 3 robots that can load 2 machines.
Load and move it to the next operation. But in this one, and I find this really interesting, my friends. In this one, we're making watch faces. That's correct,
Yeah,
right? Watch
exactly.
faces. And you're coming in with a square raw piece of material,
Yeah.
machining the whole piece out. And as you're doing that, you actually have a vacuum base that makes sure that when you're just about done, it sucks to it. And then the pieces are divided by the robot. One goes to scrap and one goes to a bin here ready to go.
Yeah, the pieces is divided by a milling operation. It's maintained by the axis that we can see at the back, the W axis. So it's maintained with vacuum, milled, then get down, and then you just have the trash part, let's say, and the right part that is.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you said it exactly correct. And to see the robot moving back and forth, doing all of these operations, I can hear the air blowing right now. How simple the scrap bin is just on the side, easy to pull out. And to know that all of these parts are micron precision accuracy. You're making me want to buy one, my friend. That's what you're doing. You're making me want to buy one.
That's great.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
We can do something.
maybe my excitement will transcend over to the audience as well. But it's not made up. It's real. I'm very excited to be here today. Let's talk about service and support, because as I jokingly said, which might turn into reality about me buying one, this would be new for me. And although I've programmed hundreds of machines out there, service and support, if I buy one, how long do you support it? How does that work? What do you invest in service and support?
So we have, as you said before, we have 3 locations outside Switzerland. We have 3 locations with service, because for us the most important is that our customers can be followed very closely for the after-sales service. That's really important.
Well, thank you, because I'm not gonna let any secrets out of the bag, but I might be joining you in this process. All right, apprenticeships. Apprenticeship is so important. 9%, which will eventually be 10% of your company,
That's
is
the goal.
apprenticeships. Can we talk more about the apprenticeship program?
So we have 11 different kind of apprenticeship. So they usually take 4 years, and they are here. So here we have the mechanical department. So they decided to do K5 machined on a K5.
Who chose this project? The students or the teachers?
Probably the students,
Yeah?
right? Yeah. I would say so.
I apologize for my French being bad.
So they work together and they make that project for the
No, for us, right?
For us, yeah.
Let's see if they pass. Let's see if any. They all look good, actually. I can't make any bad jokes here, Kevin. All the pieces look good. I think all of your apprentices have passed the test.
Yeah.
But speaking of passing tests, and speaking of 4 years and growing from 9% to 10%, we're now walking into the area where they're training. I see a lot of manual machines.
Yeah, because they start with manual machines before going to CNC machines.
Of course, and this makes sense.
Yeah.
I have some folks over in other parts of the world that jump straight into CAD CAM and then don't actually know how the parts are being made, and then they're fighting with the machinist because they received the design. The machinist goes, "We can't make it this way." I
Yeah.
think it's very, very important for everyone to start feeling the vibration of a tool and the material and understanding what can and can't be done before sliding into the CNC side.
Exactly.
This is what you did as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. I did my apprenticeship to our sister company that makes manufacturing for watchmaking parts.
Because of your journey, are you do you love watches? Are you have a watch on right now? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
I
course,
do.
and that's a
I
beautiful
do.
watch.
Thank
So
you.
if I'm really nice to you, can you get me a couple of nice watches? How does this part of the journey work?
Maybe.
Okay, well, I'll be extra nice, extra nice.
We can talk about that.
This is still part of the apprenticeship program, all of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, 9 or 10%, and the 10% is because of future growth that you see coming, and we don't want to fall behind. We don't want to be without coworkers, employees.
Exactly. It's not easy to find the right people and keep the people.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh, the right people, train them, keep them. Oh my gosh, my heart is already aching thinking about it. For some of the, and you guys do an amazing job in Switzerland.
Thank you.
Let's take this opportunity, if it's okay with you, to talk a little bit about partnerships.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about machines as well, but partnerships. What do partnerships mean to you, and who are some of your partners that you enjoy working with?
Yeah, so the partnerships are really important because we are always stronger together. So we work a lot with different tooling company, for example, Diametal, Louis Belay. We work with Regofix for the tool holders. We work with TG Collet for the clamping system. So we have a lot of different partners, but it's really important.
Kevin, I made a mistake, my friend. I love machining, but I thought these were toys.
Nope.
I thought this is what your vise looks like when it's smaller, like a giveaway. These are working vices, aren't they?
Yeah. That's what we use on the K5.
You know, I say that with a bit of humor because I know the size that you're working on, but honestly, if I didn't know, I would really think that these were made as giveaways at a trade show at the same time, because they are, there's some man or woman out there that's a really fan of small models, and they're like, you know what, I'll make vices for you guys, don't worry. I made this tiny little boat that goes inside of a bottle, so I could also make you a vice, right?
Exactly, that's right.
All right, let's slide on over to this area behind me, because I also think it's very important. You brought up partnerships. We see the Regofix Power Grip.
Yeah.
And I see this machine. Now, I'm grateful that you gave me a little bit of a heads up. I'm grateful that Pascal gave me a little bit of a heads up. I'm a little bit jealous of Zach, by the way, but this machine, this specific machine right here, is headed to the USA into the center with Regofix.
Exactly, that's right. So yeah, that's a new partnership that we made with Regofix in the US, since we want to develop the US market.
The Center for Machining Excellence has become even more excellent.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
No.
I'm really happy you said no, because I was going to do my rendition of what that movie is like, of him saying excellent all the time. So thank you for saying no. Power Grip, I love seeing these, especially when it comes to small diameter tooling, because I know what happens if we have a little bit of vibration, if our run out is bad, if our grip isn't there. I mean, tool life reduction, finish imperfections, breaking the tools. When we think about cutting tools, I think of it as a consumable that we go through quicker than a machine, that we go through quicker than a collet, that we go through quicker than most other things. So if I'm breaking them, if I'm losing them quickly, I'm oftentimes losing millions of dollars, millions of francs in a year's time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's why we need these partners. Is there anything that we didn't discuss today as we come to the conclusion of this tour, Kevin, that you think we missed? We talked about service and support, a little bit of history. We got to meet some of your colleagues as they ran away from camera. We got to talk about the machines, the apprenticeship program, how these things are constructed, your machine shop that you have as well for all critical components. Did I leave out anything?
I don't think so.
I love when they say that. I love that I've actually done my job today. Thank you, Kevin. You are amazing.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
you taking
Thank
us on a tour. Thank you all for watching. This is something in the machining world, but a bit different. if you work in medical, if you work in watches, anything small diameter, oh my gosh, I left out one thing incredibly important that I need to talk about. This is really unscripted, my friends. Let's just slide over here super quick. There's one thing I didn't talk about that I wanted to explain as I was closing this out, as I picked this up. This is actually the tool change and bar feed for automation that we were talking about earlier. And don't worry, guys, I will close this out soon. But this is the automation piece from 10 millimeter down to 1 millimeter. That is your actual bar feed. And are we utilizing it right now that we can take a look, Kevin? Just inside here, if we invite the audience over and look just inside, we see the tiny, tiny cutting tools and collets. This area here is where the bar feed is, 1 millimeter to 10 millimeter. This black rod is where it goes into. Then it turns sideways and feeds the piece right into the 5-axis machine head. Did I get any of that right, Kevin?
That's correct.
Well, it must be like I'm gonna buy one. I think I'm learning enough so that I can put one in my garage.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be great.
Yeah, we can see those OP1 on the 2 sides.
Yes. And then we would have the OP20 or OP2 here in the middle.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, we finished where we started. We came all the way full circle from a machine running at the beginning to all the way at the end. Now, I think we've covered everything we need to cover, right? Now we can conclude my talking too much and your ability to guide me through difficult conversations for the audience out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friends.
Thank you.
I will conclude it now. This is a beautiful machine shop. Really grateful to bring it all to you. If you have any questions, reach out to Kevin. He has all the answers. His apprenticeship came from running these machines, and this could change the way you do manufacturing in your facility. Hope you've all enjoyed this tour. And time is the one thing we cannot manufacture more of. So if you've shared it with us today, we appreciate you. Kevin, I want some more swag items. Can you join me to give me some more items? Is that okay? Come on, I got to get out of here. These are amazing, amazing products.